So far, we have considered some basic HTML tags and their usage. All HTML elements can have attributes, which provide extra bits of information about that specific element. Let me show you how to add attributes to HTML elements. To define an attribute for any HTML element, you simply add a space after the element name in the opening tag, like the example that we have at the very top of our document here, where the HTML document is being opened. Right here we have the HTML opening tag and we have the language attribute in between. An attribute basically has two components, which is the name of the attribute and the value of the attribute. In this case, lang is the name and en is the value. Let's see some example with the HTML elements that we have in the document here. Let's start by defining a title attribute for our heading element. The value will be the text that we will define, learning HTML attributes. I'm going to save this and refresh our document. Right now, if I move my mouse over this element, you're going to see that the title will pop out. This is the default way in which title element will be displayed in our HTML document. Next, for the paragraph tab, we're going to use an align attribute to specify how the text should be displayed in the document. And the values that we can specify here includes to center the text. I'll save this, refresh. You can see that the text has been moved to the center position of the page. We can also give a title, meaning that we can have more than one attribute for a specific HTML element. My first paragraph. I'll just refresh now. Move my cursor here, you can see my first paragraph. And more, we can also give this paragraph an ID using the ID attribute. To specify ID, just give this first_p. The ID attribute here will basically allow us to uniquely identify this paragraph within the document. In order for a document to be valid and comply with the web development standard, we should not give the same ID to two elements. For instance, I have used ID first p here. If I use it here, you can see that my text editor automatically alerts it, telling me that I'm using duplicate ID reference and gives me this option here to look up for more information. So this inspection check for duplicate ID attribute in XML. So what I should do should say second P, and that error is gone. Just align these to the right, save it, and we refresh, and that's been moved to the right. We can also specify a title, second paragraph. Save this and move your cursor and you'll see the title pop out. We can also have the style attribute in our document, which basically allows us to use inline CSS to style our document. So I could style the body of this document, style, and say I want the background color to become green. I'll save this document and refresh. We can see that the background color of this document has changed. Basically, the names and the values of attributes are not case sensitive in HTML, but generally, in order to follow the convention, it is recommended that we use lowercase when we are declaring HTML attributes and specifying a value for that attribute.